Game on.
Hey there, game gurus. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a new product that's going to be coming out from GRS and T-Sticks. Now, just about everyone who builds their own arcade machine or control stick pretty much use these little guys right here. These are very inexpensive made single joystick USB zero delay encoders. Generally, they'll take one joystick, maybe 8 to 10 buttons on here, maybe a turbo mode. But they're inexpensive. They're also pretty cheap and not a lot of functionality. It is just a single joystick, maybe a turbo mode, and 8 to 10 buttons usually. So what we decided to do is take that on and make a much better product, give you more value again for your money, and that's where the GRS Ultimate Fighter Stick Controller comes into play. This device will have 2-player capability, joystick, up to 12 buttons. Buttons can be illuminated or not. We'll be able to supply power to the LEDs of the buttons if you so choose to do that. Turbo feature, but the turbo feature could be on any button or any combination of buttons. You can have the turbo on 1 button, 2 buttons, button 1, 2, and 7, whatever you want to do. The turbo can be moved all over the place. Also, we have a built-in 3-port USB hub. So in addition to 2 joysticks, the 12 buttons, the LED functionality, the turbo functionality, using 1 USB cable, you can have all of those controls plus up to 3 additional devices like a GRS Sinden shotgun, a GRS trackball spinner combination, still a free port for something else, maybe the GRS flight yoke or a Tron stick. All of that being driven by a single USB connection, not 4 or 5 cables going to your computer, different IRQs showing my age, different resources being used on your computer. Now it's just one resource, one cable going across. They'll all be recognized as independent devices over on this device. Another thing, I'm not done yet, is we will have a software application to this as well, where you can modify the button layout, the control layout, whether you want it to be a joystick hat, or even keyboard. If you have a program that only uses keyboard inputs, but you want to use a controller for it, well, you can set that up here as well. Okay, what you're seeing right here is a completely maxed out player 1. You have your joystick right here set up over here. We have actually 12 buttons. You can have them illuminated or not, plus 2 additional buttons. You have a turbo button and a mode button. The turbo button will let any one of these buttons in any order you want. You can select any button and any number of buttons to have a turbo feature turned on or turned off. You can do it in real time. The mode button switches it between 3 different modes. There is the joystick mode, which is probably the typical one you would use. There's also a joystick hat mode. And then there's a keyboard mode. Now also the joystick and the keyboard modes also support a USB mouse, so you can actually assign through the software what key combinations you want to use in the control scheme. And of course we have 3 USB ports over here as well. You can plug in a GRS Sinden Target Pro. Plug it right in to the hub, and you can use this, again, using a single connection to your computer or your Raspberry Pi or your Mac, whatever you're using. 1 port, even though you now will have a Sinden Target Pro plugged in, or you can plug in other things as well. You want to plug in a spinner, plug in a GRS spinner. Heck, if you have yourself a Build-A-Cade and a panel pod, you can even connect the GRS panel pod and a little steering wheel. All connect to the USB port, all is seen in the system. Okay, so right now I'm in Windows, and you can see I have the game controller configuration set up. When you connect the GRS encoder to your PC, you see it's recognized. Now, when you buy the very inexpensive zero delay encoders, you would need to purchase 2, one for player 1, one for player 2. As you can see here, you already have 2 players that are configured completely independently. Right now, I've only got 1 joystick and button set up, so I'm going to go to this one right here, which is player 1, hit properties. And you can see right now, if I move my joystick around, you can see the joystick is working, and we have 12 push buttons in here, currently set up. Plus, we still have 2 buttons here. One's for mode and one's for turbo. Now, we have an application as well. So if I go over to the application and launch that, So here is the application where you can make lots of different changes to your controller. You can see right now player 1 is all in green because I do have one controller set up. Player 2 right now nothing is actually connected here. But go back to player 1. You can see when I move the joystick, you can see the controllers being recognized, and of course I press my buttons, they're all being recognized. Now if I hold down, say, the turbo button, say hold down button 4 and 1, pressing those down, you can see now I press the turbo button. Now these two buttons, when I press them, will be in turbo, but look at the other buttons, they are not. And if I want to turn that back off, or just say button 4 right now is in turbo, now I turn that off, but player 1 should still have its turbo. And it does, but I'm going to turn that off now as well. So you can kind of customize it pretty much anywhere that you want. You can also customize the mouse and customize this also with the keyboard if you so choose as well. And in addition to that, any updates to the firmware can be done very easily through here. Of course, you can also do a factory reset here. And when you make any changes, you can hit the save configuration right here. Now, of course, you can see here again, we have the two built-in joystick encoders for player 1 and player 2, but this also has a powered 3-port USB hub. So if I take, say, my GRS Sinden Target Pro, and I connect it to the USB port, it gets recognized, and you can see that the GRS Sinden Target Pro icon is being shown as well as the two encoders. I could also take my spinner, my Hall Effect buttonhole spinner, plug it into another port, and you can see right now, it's recognized it as a mouse. And I still have one port left, and I can plug in my GRS spinner wheel for the Build-A-Cade. If I connect that, you can see the Sinden is still being shown. The two encoders are being shown. My spinner still works, and I can still go under the Build-A-Cade controller and hit properties on that. And you can see it's being recognized as well. So this is really just a quick introductory video of this new product from GRS and T-Sticks. This is really going to be a game changer for a lot of people. One USB connection to your computer, Raspberry Pi, Viper, and you have two joysticks with 12 buttons, plus two additional buttons for mode and turbo. Any one of the buttons in any combination can be set up to turbo. You could have illuminated buttons or not. That's your choice. You want to use illuminated buttons, some illuminated, some not. You could do that as well. But again, through one USB connection, we have a 3-port powered USB hub. And that's really cool because you can then take, spinners and trackballs and Sinden shotguns or Sinden pistols, the GRS Star Wars flight yoke, other USB products could all be connected through one cable versus having all kinds of cables running all over the place, tying up on your PC. And it's in an acrylic case. It comes with 2 cables for the 2 joysticks and the 14 buttons that connect. And the USB-C to USB-A cable. So you'll be really surprised at the price. I know you're going to be. It comes in a nice acrylic case. And if you're building your own machine or you're building your own controller, this is a great option for you guys. So I want to thank you guys for just watching this quick little video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out in the YouTube algorithms. It takes 1 second for you, but it really helps me out a lot. And no matter what you do, no matter how you play your games, how you get your games connected, just remember to tell your family and friends that you love them, because tomorrow's never promised. These are fun, but take 1 second to tell your family and friends that you care about them. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching, and until the next video on this encoder, I want you guys to game on.
Are you looking for that arcade experience at home? If you don't have the space for a full-size arcade in your house or endless funds, then you need the GRS Build-A-Cade. It's arcade quality without the arcade price, from someone you can trust. The GRS Build-A-Cade is very simple, easy to assemble, 1/6 scale arcade computer you can build yourself. You can buy interchangeable controllers for every gaming option you need to play the games the way they're meant to be played. You can also design your own artwork or purchase artwork separately to make your GRS Build-A-Cade look like the machine of your dreams. The GRS Build-A-Cade is also the only home system STEM certified. Come see what all the YouTube creators are raving about. GRS Build-A-Cade. Game on. Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.